Welcome to Beauty and the Biz. Discover how to grow your practice with effective cosmetic patient attraction, conversion, and retention advice from author, speaker, trainer, and cosmetic practice business and marketing coach, Catherine Maley, MBA.
Hello, and welcome to Beauty and the Biz, where we talk about the business and marketing side of cosmetic practices. I'm your host, Catherine Maley, author of Your Aesthetic Practice, What Your Patients Are Saying, as well as consultant to cosmetic practices to get them more patients and more profits. And just so you know, the background of podcasting is a trip. So I'm really busy during the week. So of course, I like to do it on the weekends. Well, now it's Sunday, and it was great, and I'm starting out. And I realized the darn helicopter tours are going around the Bay Area because it's absolutely gorgeous. It's kind of spring here now. So it's gorgeous. So the helicopters are taking off and the seaplane's going to be next. So we'll see how this goes. So today's episode is called Creative Pricing Strategies for Non-Surgical Services. And this is getting very important because of how commoditized the non-surgical side of our industry is getting. And you might be the greatest plastic surgeon on the planet, or you might have some good people working for you. But here's what's working against you. Every single non-core specialties out there, every non-core physician, all the med spas, they're constantly price slashing. So you're trying to compete on skill and expertise, let's say, if you're the plastic surgeon doing the injectables per se, but they're competing on price and convenience and service. So there's nothing easy about the non-surgical side of the competitive nature of all of this. So I'm going to give you some good ideas today because you've got to deal with that. When a cosmetic patient is making a decision, first of all, there's too much information and there's too much choice. And all they're thinking about is, what is the value to the price I'm going to pay? And a big one in non-surgical is, could anybody else do this cheaper and I can still get the same kind of result? So what I like to do when I'm doing value versus price, I always think adding more value before dropping the price. So we'll always start there first. Before you start slashing prices, first think about adding value. And there's so many ways we can do that, and I'll show you how. Now, in persuasive selling skills, and I've had a ton of that experience and education, humans, because we procrastinate like crazy and we don't do anything until we have to do it, it's really important you use urgency and scarcity in your pricing strategies. And that's why you've seen things that expire on a certain day, or only while supplies last, or the first 10 to respond. The reason you have seen that forever is because it works over and over and over. Even when you know it, even when you see it in like buying cars, like cars are really good at that. Or don't you have a neighborhood rug store that's always going out of business? That's what they're doing. They're adding urgency and scarcity, and frankly, it works. So use it if you can. Now, other pricing tips. Free is always better than a percentage off. So that's why I'm going to show you some strategies. Anytime you can use the word free, that's still the most popular word in the advertising world. And then another one is, when you're going to use a percentage off, it better be 50% or more to be compelling. Otherwise, you're making people do the math. Like if you say 25% off, now they've got to figure that out and nobody wants to do that. Or let's say you say 10% off. Well, that doesn't sound very good. It just depends on compared to what, 10% off of what. So anytime you confuse somebody, it's usually a no-go, or it's just not compelling enough to be a yes. So here are a couple of ideas. An easy one is Buddy Botox. Always, always, always offer something extra when they bring a friend, share with a friend, forward to a friend. So the Buddy Botox is very simple. A current patient just brings their friend with them to their next Botox appointment, and they both get an instant $50 gift card towards their Botox treatment. So now, not only did your current patient come back and return to you, they also brought a friend and introduced them to your practice and your staff, and you perhaps, and you just got a new patient for what, $50? I mean, I would do that all day long. Today to get an aesthetic patient into your practice, I'm going to cost, well over $1,000 typically. So I'd spend $50 every day. And here's another tip. You always use a gift card, never a coupon or a discount. That's when you start getting down into the dregs with, med spas or with the lower echelon of providers. Just call it a gift card. It has a different connotation and it works very well. Now, some of you have these Botox clubs. I was just consulting with a client and they've got this, and I'm looking at the sheets here. He's got 2 pages of sheets, and one of them's called the Gold Botox Club, and it's got 3 tiers, and another one's called the Diamond Botox Club, and it's got 3 tiers. And it can't be more complicated. So it's got you can get 1 area of Botox every 3 months, or 2 areas, or 3 areas. But then you can, along with that, you also get some skincare and a peel, and then 10% off of all other treatments. And then if you go to the second tier, it's, same thing. You get the peel, you get some products, and then 15% off the treatments. And then the third one is you get a peel, you get some more products, you get 20% off the treatments. But if you're in the Diamond Botox Club, then instead you get, the 1 area Botox, 2 areas every 3 months, 3 areas every 3 months. But then he's added some laser treatments. And then those are 15% off, 20% off, and 20% off. I don't know. It's so complicated. I would be very careful with that because not only will you confuse the patients, but you're going to confuse the staff. They're not going to understand how to work this. Another one is gift certificates. These are taken way too lightly. Again, if you can have a gift certificate that your current patient buys for their sister, their mom, their aunt, their colleague, their best girlfriend, whomever, you just bought yourself a new patient for only like $25. So I would make it simple. I would say buy a $100 gift certificate for a friend, and then you get a $25 gift card. That literally just costs you $25 for a new patient. But here's what happens. Most of you have gift certificates. They're hiding in the drawer somewhere. You never talk about them. You never even mention it. This is such good stuff and content for social media, email marketing, your newsletter, your website. You want to spread that word everywhere, especially during the appropriate times of the year. Holidays are always good. I personally, if you've got an esthetician, I would make them in charge of putting together a different monthly gift basket with a gift card every month and put it on display and make a big deal out of it and put a sign next to it that says, need a quick gift? And then when your current patient also gets a $25 gift card, now they're going to return again. They might buy some more gift certificates for other friends and so on. Now, of course, the big one when it comes to pricing creative strategies for non-surgical, bundling services always makes sense. But they need to complement each other to make it compelling. Because not only are you trying to increase your, let's say, average order size, you're also trying to give that patient the absolute best result they can get so they come back again and again because they're seeing a killer result, in the mirror. So easy things are buy a series of micropenning treatments and then get 20 units of free Botox. And that's where I'm throwing in the word free. Everybody in our industry wants free Botox. We all started on Botox. We all love Botox. So use that. Another one that's worked super duper well has been buy filler and Botox, but then get free IPL. Because look what you're doing. Talk about a 1 + 1 = 10. They've got filler for their nasal labial folds. So they smooth out, you smooth out those wrinkle folds. They got Botox to smooth out the wrinkles. And now the IPL smooth out their complexion. That's a wow result. Now, other packages can be sold by body part. Like, for example, you could have a fun theme called For Your Eyes Only. And in this package, they get Botox plus free eye cream. And you see how I'm using the word free? You have to get that in there somewhere because that's what we want, especially if you're not discounting. Because the patient's saying, well, if you're not discounting, then what am I getting? Oh, I get it. I'm getting free eye cream. Another note is anytime you offer something free, you've got to put in parentheses what the value is so they understand what they're going to save. So for example, you would have said Botox plus free eye cream value $65. And now they realize, whoa, I'm getting a $65 eye cream for free. That's terrific. You can also do a package by age. And this is really important when things are getting complicated and there's so many different solutions to a patient's problem. They do want your help and recommendations. So you could have different beauty packages for women in their 20s, their 30s, their 40s, their 50s, their 60s. Package it up and make it so much more attractive so they don't have to shop it. They can just buy your package that you've already figured out for them. And by the way, this also helps them not price shop because now you have packaged it up so they can't pull it apart. Also, packages by profession. And this is where you want to get together with your staff and do some brainstorming and get fun and creative with this. You can have mommy packages, teacher packages, realtor packages, yoga buff packages, and it just goes on and on. You can also have packages by gender. I get hate mail for this, but if you don't have an unlimited budget, stick to the women. Just stick to the women. They're 85% of this market. Trying to go after the men is just a distraction for you, quite frankly. But if you want to go after the men, which you will anyway, because for Father's Day, you're going to do it, at least do something like hair laser removal plus Botox packages, something like that to get them to get a good result and then return more often. And then you can do a package by procedure. Those are always really popular for some of these non-surgical that you can sell in multiple treatments because they're going to need multiple anyway to get a good result. So of course, buy 3, get 1 free is always good. BOGO is always good. Buy 1, get 1 free. And there's that word free again. Now, another idea is using patient beauty bucks. And you would have beauty bucks customized and branded for your look and feel, and they would have different denominations. You can have $25, $50, $100, and you're using them at your discretion, but you decide ahead of time who can get one and who shouldn't. And then the staff will have the power to give these out. For example, your front desk can have $25 beauty bucks when a patient books their next appointment now. So they hand them a beauty buck and say, Karen, by the way, I can give you our beauty bucks for scheduling your appointment now. Are you interested? Because here's the thing about aesthetics. You never want a patient to walk out the door of your practice without having a return plan of action, because a cosmetic patient who wants to look good needs to see you more regularly than once a year. They need to see you often. And I'm talking the non-surgical here. You need to give them a reason to come back again and again. And just like the dentist, you know how they book you 6 months ahead of time? There's no reason we can't do this in our industry, but give them a little carrot to return and book now to get them psychologically prepared to return again. It's just too easy for them to wander off to your competitor if you don't. You can also offer beauty bucks if they upload Google review from their phone while they're in your office. I was at a meeting and somebody mentioned this, and I have a pro and con to this. The one thing they said was, oh my God, we're getting so many more Google reviews. By the way, you care more about Google reviews than any other review because Google owns the world, so just those are the most important. They were getting a lot more because they were prompting the patient to just Google them from their own cell phone while they were in the office. But some of them said, oh, I don't really want to show my name or my picture. Did you know you can go to your cell phone and temporarily change your identification, like change your name or something? And then, but the problem with that is you have to wait 24 hours. So now you can't do it from the office. But quite frankly, in today's world, I think we're so into authenticity and transparency, quite a few of the patients could care less. And they'll say, yeah, sure, I'll Google you. And they'll do it from their cell phone. You can also give them beauty bucks to post and share during their visit. You'll see this on Facebook and Instagram where the patients are literally, half of these patients now have started vlogs, or they're just, how they take pictures of everything they're eating and where they're going and what they're wearing that day. I mean, it's gotten really crazy. So you can use that to your advantage. So make sure the patient is posting and sharing while they're visiting with you. Offer to be in the photos with them, offer to do a little video with them. I mean, anything to help you get in front of their followers. That's the way to do it. You can also give them beauty bucks to shoot a video testimonial while they're in the office. And that's one way or the other. Either they shoot it from their own cell phone, or better yet, you have a particular corner in your office where you have them sit and then you have them do a video testimonial while you ask them questions. Or unless they're really good at ad-libbing, all they're trying to do is tell their story or their journey with you and how great you are and how great their results are. And then another really good idea that has worked well to increase the non-surgical side of the practice by using a creative pricing strategy is to use a survey. Most practices I consult with don't want to do a survey. They really don't want to know. They don't want to know. They know it's trouble. They know they're not looking for any more trouble. But if you're open-minded and you do a survey, we've done it many, many times for our clients, and it's got so many advantages to it. Number one, the technology is super easy in today's world. I mean, we do it for you, but we charge like $4.97 to do it. You can easily go to surveymonkey.com and try your own survey. But here's where you go wrong. You ask too many questions and they're too vague. So here's one thing I would do. When I do a survey, I think we only go with 8 or 9 questions, but then we have a field for notes. We really want the handwriting. We want the real story, not just the yes or no, or I agree or disagree. We want to hear their thoughts. So we have a box, and the question is, what's one thing we could do to improve? And then that's been super great feedback. But here's what you do with the survey. Everybody who completes the survey gets a $50 gift certificate to thank them for taking the survey. And so here's the tip. You always want to have a timely reason for offering a special price. You're not just offering a special price because you're not busy, because that's not good branding. You're offering it for a very special reason. So in this case, it's because of the survey. I'll tell you what, we've sent this out and they have been booked for the next 2 weeks solid because of that $50 gift card, because it makes sense. The patient did something for you and you did something back for them, and now they want to come back and see you again. You also want to use fun themes. And again, you've got to be creative with this. The first one is always the birthday. A lot of you are getting this wrong. Here's the thing about the birthday. You say happy birthday to somebody on their birthday, but they want it to look good on their birthday. So I personally send it out like 2 weeks before that saying, hey, your birthday's coming. Don't you want to look great on your special day? Come on in for a birthday treat. You've got to send it ahead of time. That's the secret, not on their birthday. Okay. And then also just think about monthly themes. Like December, we have had very good luck with glam up for the holidays. January, new year, new you kind of stuff, or, introducing you, this year. In February, kiss your wrinkles goodbye. I mean, these never end. They're all over the internet too. So there are plenty of monthly themes that you can be creative with. Another really good pricing strategy is to offer a get to know a skin evaluation offer. This is for the patient who's going to dip their toe into the pool of cosmetic rejuvenation rather than jump right in with surgery. So on your website, I would make a big deal out of this, and you call it your Get to Know Us Skin Evaluation Offer. And what it includes is a skin analysis photo session with your esthetician, Peggy, and then show pictures of Peggy working with a client. Also a wonderful exfoliating and moisturizing facial treatment and a free makeup session. And that includes one sample product of your choice. One of the reasons you're doing that is when people come in for facials, especially during the day, they've got to get their face back on, and a lot of you don't have any makeup. I'm not saying have a big makeup counter, but if you do sell makeup, or at least make sure you put sunscreen back on their face and make it tinted, or do some sunscreen powder to help them get back out into the world again after having, a skin treatment by you. Now, when you offer all of this, you package it up and then you say, now the entire package retails for $300. However, as a new patient to Get to Know Us, it's yours for only $97. So do you see how you took down all the price resistance? You built it up with all these services, and then you offered a really great price after you first told them what it retails for, and then you dropped the price down to $97. So that's a really attractive offer. Of course, you've got to work with your vendors. This can be a double-edged sword. Working with the vendors is fantastic. They are great. They have everything you need. They've got the tchotchkes that they're not allowed to give you anymore. They've got all sorts of rebates and all of that. They're doing their darndest to make sure you use their products, and they're all competing with each other. So I personally would work with them. They're fantastic. They've got great ideas. They'll often do things for you for free, but watch what they do for you regarding external marketing. Their emails are typically so boring and they're so bureaucratic because they're pharma companies. So I don't know if I would use their stuff. I would take some of their ideas, but then make them your own, because it's got to be more compelling than the way they're allowed to do it. But one of our clients did a buy 40 units of something and then get 20 units for free, and that worked beautifully. But usually their offers are not that great. Like buy 3 Sculptra and get 1 for free. It's like, really? That's not a great offer, especially when you find out Sculptra costs. That's what it costs. Sometimes they get it right. Like sometimes you can buy 2 filler and get free Botox. But even then, how old is this patient? When you need 2 syringes of filler, I would go back to like putting that together in the age packages, so people are more clear about, do I need one syringe? Do I need 2? Now, the downside also with the vendors is they're offering the same things to your competitors. So you're all doing the same things at the same times. So that hurts your results. But I do like working with them. I just like to customize it to your own. Then you want to use social media big time with non-surgical procedures, and not just Instagram, but Facebook, Instagram, all of them if you can. And your social posts need to have a lot of urgency in them. You're not supposed to, supposedly social media, we don't sell on social media because it's social. But the reality is we're all in business to make money, and nobody makes money until they sell something to somebody else. That's just how the marketplace works. So you have to figure out, how do you promote your services in a compelling way that gets somebody to stop, notice, and act. And the only way you can do that is with urgency or some kind of special thing that's happening that they don't want to miss out on. So for social posts, you can do things like, like on Monday, heads up, we only have 3 openings left this week, call now, first 3 get in. Or always when you get a new like nurse injector or new esthetician, make a big deal out of it and call it the Meet Kim, and then with Kim comes a $50 gift card for your first treatment with her. You can also do an introductory price for new technology. This is one of those logical things that makes so much sense. You get brand new technology. You've got to market it because otherwise it sits in the corner and then you complain that they oversold you, but that's because you didn't market it. So this is the perfect time to start I personally would start a wait list. Hey, we're getting in the new respond now or DM me now so you can be added to the list, and I'll let you know when it gets here. And then when it is there, you want to say something like the first 20 who respond get half off. I mean, it needs to be a really good introductory offer because number one, you'll get the first 20 to respond and it'll help get the ball rolling. And by the way, with those first 20, I would say with the caveat when they call, I do want you to take before and after photos and share this with your friends on social, if you're gonna get the half off. But then you can also build a list of others who are interested in that treatment. So maybe they weren't the first 20, but now you've got 50 on that list, and you can always come back to them with some other kind of offer. And anytime you can come up with some kind of a special day or time, that's when they get a special price. So for example, maybe you offer like Botox happy hour or girls night out or filler Friday. Again, come up with some fun ways to say that, or walk-ins welcome on certain days that are slow for you. Now, obviously, you can't offer alcohol at these kind of events because there's usually injectables going on. If it's injectables, you better stick to some really fun, cute, non-alcoholic fruity drinks that look alcoholic, like Mai Tais that don't have any rum in them. Is that what's in there, or tequila or whatever that is? Anyway, and then offer great snacks. So make it really fun and have them look forward to it. And if you have like things like Filler Friday, at least it starts getting in their head. Oh, I do need my Botox done. Oh, that's right, they do it on Fridays. I'll go there. So that can work to your advantage if you do something consistently. And then, of course, loyalty programs are fantastic. I do, full disclosure, I have my own. It's called kissrewardsclub.com. Ours is super simple because I'm not a pharma company. I can keep it simple, and it's very direct. It's every dollar you spend, you get a kiss. Collect kisses and get free services, and that's it. You can also get free services right away by referring a friend, giving a good review, or offering approval of your photos to be used in the marketing. So my loyalty program is fantastic. I'd like you to check it out. If you check out anyone else's, please do, but make sure it's simple. Otherwise, it just crashes and burns because nobody understands it, and it's not a fun, compelling, program. The last one is the VIP club. This is different from the loyalty club. A VIP club, the thought behind it is in your patient list, you've got 20% of patients that would gladly give you more money, but you just haven't identified them or made them feel special and treated like VIP. There's a group of human beings, I happen to be one of them, that will pay extra for extra service. There are more than you think. Right now, you're getting clobbered because you think everyone's about price. There are a whole bunch of people who are not. It's not about price. It's about convenience and customer service and a friendly atmosphere and people knowing your name and making it easy for you to do business with them. So what I would do is identify those top 20% that spend a lot with you, are a pleasure to work with, don't complain about prices, they refer their friends. Those people, the ones you like, make them part of your VIP club and then decide what the perks are. It can be no waiting Botox appointments. You can have a massage chair in a private lounge that they get to go to that nobody else gets to go to. You can keep their credit card on file so there's no waiting at checkout, kind of like the Amazon one-click. I think that's brilliant. I probably spend 40% more on Amazon because of that one-click. They have use of your makeup bar if you have one. You could have VIP events. They can be catered with nicer food. You could have special pricing only at that. You could offer a free peel or a massage every month. At the VIP events, you could even invite like a local artist or a local author as a special guest. I mean, again, be creative with that. So I just gave you a ton of ideas. I hope that was helpful. You might need to listen to this again. So with that, I really would appreciate it if you would subscribe to Beauty and the Biz. And if you would give me a great review on iTunes, that would help me spread the word. If you would also share me with your friends and staff, that'd be terrific, especially this one. Share it with your staff and do some brainstorming together. Of course, I always welcome feedback, so you can leave a message for me at my website at catherinemaley.com, or you can DM me at Instagram at Catherine Maley MBA. Thanks so much, and we'll talk again.
We hope you found valuable insight on this episode of Beauty and the Biz. For more episodes, tools, and Catherine's free book, visit www.catherinemaley.com. That's www.catherinemaley.com. And be sure to subscribe to get the latest practice building strategies delivered to you. And don't forget to share this Beauty and the Biz podcast with your staff and colleagues.